How has she not been hit yet?
Who knows? Is that shield even legal?
Hey guys, welcome back to New World. I just wanted to give you an update on the build that we've got going on this week. We've boosted most of our armor up to 700 gear score, keeping with Enchanted Ward, Slash Con, and Health on the majority of the pieces. We've got Refreshing for the CDR on the chest. Going into the boots, we picked up Accelerated Resolve. That's just going to give us a little bonus healing as well as a little movement speed every time we pop our Defender's Resolve. Keeping with the wall, we've got Fortified Shield Rush still on there for that 35% proc on the Fortify. That stacks up to 3 times for 105% Fortify if you hit 3 enemies in a clump. Going on to Odo, we picked up Burdening Smite. That's pretty big, 35% increase in CDR to enemies hit. Going to our sword, we picked up Sure Footing, Refreshing Move. Refreshing Move is really big. That's going to help us pop Defender's Resolve more often and get that massive heal off. Penetrating Backstab was kind of the last perk available. Sure Footing is a blocking perk and Refreshing Move is on proc. There's not a lot of other perks that fall into a category that's outside of proc that's beneficial toward our build. None of the shirking elemental damages are usable by us because we're not dodging. Going into our Amulet, we're switching over from Endless Thirst to Ankh. Endless Thirst was kind of nerfed indirectly. They changed how potions work. They're no longer boosted by Sacred Ground, so they're not as beneficial to us. This is just a lot more beneficial to our kit now. So Stone Form, we've updated to 700. This is really big heals, so Ankh boosts that. As well, going into our ring, we've got Purifying Heart. So now our Heart Rune acts like a cleansing pot, as well as boosting our healing overall. So we picked up Invigorated Punishment on this ring as well. Not super beneficial. I might swap that out for Refreshing for a little bit more CDR. We've got Hardy, super important. Refreshing again on the earring, keeping that CDR as low as possible. Healing Heart, 10% max HP on pop of our Heart Rune. When we're getting smacked in a clump, this comes back really fast. When you get hit, it also charges, as well as when you're hitting enemies in your circular spin with your sword. Hits all the enemies, gets a bunch of charges, and it gets up super fast. Then lastly on our earring, again, we've got Regeneration. That's percentile HP, super important for us. Anything percentile, super good. We've got a lot of max HP. Going into attributes, we've got 500 con, sticking with that. Focus, we're going into 50. That's for the incoming healing bonus and the CDR bonus. Strength, keeping with as high as possible, not negating this focus. The bonus healing from this is pretty important. Along with that, we've got Divine on the Amulet with Ankh doing its usual thing. So altogether, it's a lot of bonus healing. Going into our weapon trees, this is kind of what we're rocking with sword. We've got Shield Rush, again going with that Fortified Shield Rush perk, super important. We're going into Defender's Resolve. We've got the Restoration for the 15% max health heal. That's, again, huge, anything max health related. Going to Recuperation, we've got Healing and Regeneration is increased by 10%. So that benefits everything. That goes with Ankh together, and all of it is just massive overall boosts. So with Shield Rush, with the Fortified Shield Rush, you get 105% Fortify with that if you hit 3 people. Then we've got Defender's Resolve. Every time we pop that, if we're over 100%, or I'm sorry, over 50% HP, we get a 50% base damage reduction. That's really big. So the wall has a 25% base damage reduction to all elemental, combined with our Enchanted Ward for base damage reduction as well. That means if anybody hits us with a light or heavy attack from a ranged magic weapon, we take virtually no damage at all. So bows, fire staff, anything doesn't really hit us for anything at all. It's pretty nice. Going into our Flail tree, we've switched off of Arcane Vortex. This is just not useful for us anymore. It would cleanse CC from nearby allies, but it just didn't provide anything for us. It locked us in an animation, so we're no longer using that. We've switched over to Bludgeon. It's a little bit quicker and pops us up some Fortify and defenses a little bit faster. The Fortify for 3 hits is 50%, which is pretty big. 3 hits isn't a lot, but it's enough to get us by. As well, it gives us 10% absorption to us and a nearby ally, which was big. We've swapped over to Human Shield. That's just to help out a nearby ally. If we're duo queuing or if I see somebody nearby that I want to assist, I can pop that on them and give them a little bit bonus damage using this, as well as a little bit more absorption between the two. We don't really take any damage from either of these. If we take somebody else's damage, they take so little and it's mitigated by us so much, it's unnoticeable. So that's pretty much the updated build, guys. Here's our resistances.